Good morning, guys. Welcome to the vlog. So today is gonna be like a little bit of a cooking day. We're gonna spend some time in the kitchen. There's a couple things that I want to make for the kids. We just got back from our little like weekend getaway, so Riley wants to bake with me and like spend some time in the kitchen with me. So we're gonna do that. You guys can hang out and I don't know, maybe get some ideas. Joe went to New Orleans. I don't know if I told you guys that, but when he was away for his little like work trip, he was in New Orleans and he brought back a cookbook for Riley that's so cute. He brought back this Disney Princess cookbook. So there were a couple things in here that we wanted to make. We wanted to make just like some blueberry muffins, and then there's another meal in here that I think I'm gonna try to make. I'm gonna try to make this for them, mac and cheeseburger, which is like from Cinderella. Like, it's so cute. The book has like all the princesses and then like a bunch of different meals, like, you know, kind of pertaining to the princesses. So we went through this the other day and we picked out a couple things to make. I also want to try to make those little energy bites that I had told you guys that I had made once upon a time ago. So yeah, we'll make them together. You guys will see Riley helping me out and all of that, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Okay, so first things first, I am going to take out some of the meat that I'm going to use for that mac and cheeseburger out from the freezer so it can thaw out. This is the ButcherBox ground beef, so thank you to ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. I've been working now with ButcherBox for how many months now? I feel like I've worked with them for like 2 years now, and we love ButcherBox. If you've never heard of them before, they're a meat delivery service. So something that I love to do when we come to Mimi's house and when we come visit is we order a ButcherBox to my mom's house so that we can kind of like help with the food situation, so we're not just like mooching off of them. Everybody at this point in my family loves ButcherBox. My sister gets a box sent to her. Well, now it's coming to Mimi's house because she's living over here. But one of like the big selling points of ButcherBox is just the quality of the meat that you get. So when you order from them, you get things like 100% grass-fed pasture-raised beef, free-range USDA certified organic chicken, pork that's raised crate-free, wild-caught seafood. So you're getting like the best of the best. They work with like select farmers that provide that kind of quality in their meats and stuff. So I had my box delivered here, like I said. So the other day I took it out, unpacked it all, put everything in the freezer, and I'm just gonna show you really quick like all the things that came in that box. One of the things that we love from ButcherBox, well, I mean, everything that we've had from them has been great, but I love particularly their bacon. Their bacon is also like Whole30 approved. I always talk about it because it's some of like the best bacon that we've ever had. And their chicken, like their chicken breasts are like some of like the juiciest chickens. Like my dad and my mom, like my sister, everybody's obsessed with that chicken. So everybody's always like, if you're gonna make chicken, can it please be with the ButcherBox chicken? So they've got great stuff. So you can pick which box you wanna order. So they have like some that are already curated for you with like specific cuts of meat, or you can get their custom box, which is what I normally do, which you can like hand pick exactly what cuts of meat you want in your box, which I always prefer that, so I know exactly what I'm getting. It's super flexible too. You can cancel anytime. They don't like lock you in for a million years. You can do it for a month or two, and then if you want to cancel it, you cancel it, pick it up whenever you want to start again. You can also decide how frequently you want your shipment, so it doesn't have to be every month. So every time that I work with them, they always have like some kind of offer to give you guys. So right now the offer that they have is if you sign up with ButcherBox, you get 2 pounds of ground beef for life, which means that every time that you order a box, in addition to the stuff that already comes in there, you're gonna get 2 pounds of ground beef like in all of your subsequent boxes as long as you're a member with them. So I'll have all of their info down below in the description box if you want to check them out. Like I said, that's gonna be the meat. I have it like here in the sink. That's gonna be the meat that I use for that dish. I also had taken out their bacon because I'm gonna make myself some bacon because I haven't had breakfast today. So a huge thank you to them for sponsoring today's video, giving us a reason to kind of spend some time in the kitchen and cook. And now let's get started. Let's go bake some things. Okay, so let's start off with muffins. That should be fairly simple. I've never made these exact ones, but I mean, it's not very difficult to make muffins. So these are the Miners mini muffins, super cute. So this is everything you need. You need brown sugar, you need milk, butter, salt, cinnamon, baking powder, egg, blueberries, and regular flours. Good morning, Riley. Are you gonna help me make these?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get you on the counter so you can help me crack the egg in the bowl and do all the things. Are you gonna eat these too?
Yes, I definitely like eating blueberry muffins.
Yeah, you like eating blueberry muffins? Those are very healthy, very tasty, right?
Yeah.
So these are gonna be like a good alternative to like those like Entenmann's, like little bites, like the little, is that what they're called? Like, you know, like the little mini muffins that are already packaged. This is a little bit of a healthier way to do it. So we're gonna see if it's not too complicated.
Okay guys.
Hold on.
Time to start.
Hold on.
Get
Need
it,
to
start.
All right, we've got our bowl. We've got to heat the oven to 375. So let me do that.
I just like to make these mini muffins with you.
Okay, we're gonna stir together flour, brown sugar, baking powder, cinnamon, and salt. So let's do that.
I'm super duper excited. I've never tasted these before.
You're gonna be good, okay? 1 cup of flour, pour that in there. 1 cup of flour.
Ah, my hands are all dirty.
1/2 cup of brown sugar.
There.
Pour it in. Hi, Jackson. You wanna say hi to our friends? All right, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Pour that. Thank you.
Blueberries.
Those are blueberries, yeah.
We're gonna pour those in soon, okay? Okay.
1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Just gonna pour that in. Thank you. All right, so those are the dry ingredients.
I want to mix it.
All right, you can mix them up. Everything that I told
Can I
you, just
mix
pour
it?
that in. There you go.
Oh,
Jackson, these are gonna be muffins. Are you gonna eat muffins?
yeah.
They're blueberry muffins. How do you say blueberry muffin?
What do you put?
Yeah, exactly.
You are not good at mixing, Jackson, because I am.
Well, that's not very nice. Maybe he likes to mix them.
Jackson, you can mix.
Here.
You're kind of not a great mixer,
Okay.
but you are having a marvelous time. Good job, Jackson. I think they're all combined.
They're all combined.
And then we're gonna pour in the wet ingredients.
The wet ingredients, yes.
And I'm gonna do that all by myself. And Jackson, keep mixing it. for
Okay.
me.
In here, you're gonna add the egg. So 1 egg.
1 egg. Wow, 1 egg.
1 egg.
Oh, that egg. Oh, it's sitting.
Delicious?
We're not adding just a little bit. It looks
This
like
is gonna be 1/2 cup of milk.
Could I pour that?
Sure. 1/2 cup.
Oh, milky, milky, milky way.
All right, I need 2 tablespoons of butter, of melted butter. So I have some Kerrygold butter. I'm just gonna put this in a little bowl, melt it, and then we'll add that in. Okay, this is hot. This is the melted butter. So we're gonna pour that in there.
Could I mix
And then we have to mix in all the wet ingredients.
Okay.
So mix them together.
Right.
Excuse me.
That.
I'm gonna whisk it together.
I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna use a fork. Just mix it all up together.
It looks like we're making eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that, but we're making.
Jackson, did you just find a bunch of chocolate?
Sure.
You just found a bunch of chocolate on the counter and decided to eat it?
Mm.
Chew that. It's all mixed. So now we're gonna add the flour mixture into the egg mixture.
Could I do that?
We're gonna add the flour mixture into this one.
Can I pour this in?
Yes, very carefully, please. Yep. Just like that. We're gonna stir that all together. Stir all of that together.
Can I do that right now?
Mhm.
But now, you was getting really tired.
Did you get it all over you?
I didn't mean to. Getting really tough, Jackson. You can't stir it.
Okay.
I can only stir it. Okay, you try to mix it, okay? Okay. Ew.
What do you mean, ew?
Let's look at blueberries.
Those are blueberries. I have to wash them.
We're gonna put blueberries in, okay? Oh, dang. Look at this mixture that I made. Jackson, can I my again? No. What? I can't mix. Now I have to mix it. Now I have to mix it. Now I have to mix it.
Fun times baking with toddlers. Super fun. Okay, so I just washed a couple of blueberries. It's 1/2 cup of blueberries. We're gonna add it in there.
Can I mix it now?
If you don't drop this in there, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
please.
Okay, now Mama's gonna mix it because now we're gonna just mix everything together, stir it all up, and then we're gonna put them into like little mini muffin tins, right? And then we're gonna see how they turn out. Jackson, mix them for a couple minutes.
Good job, buddy. You are good at blueberries. Do you see a bunch of blueberries in there? Sure. Ma. Perfect.
All right, now I gotta add them to the baking. What?
Yeah.
You like it? All right, let's add these so we can bake them. Get them in the oven. Okay, so these are gonna go in the oven for 12 minutes. We'll check on them, make sure that they are done. And then we're gonna move on to our next thing. All right, so the muffins are done. They're a little bit uneven because I made them, but whatever, they are gonna be just fine. So you can see like they're tiny little muffins that look just like those Entenmann's muffins, but these are a little bit healthier than those. So this is gonna be my breakfast. This is the bacon, the ButcherBox bacon that I made a little while ago, some muffins, I'll have my coffee, and then we'll keep going with the next thing. Let's see, what do you think of the muffin that you helped me make?
Let me get one of those blueberries. Mmm.
They're good? Your face tells a different story, but they're good, right?
Yeah, they're hot.
They're a little hot? Okay, we'll let them cool down, right?
They're not really good.
What?
A little.
They're tasty. And they're healthy.
But the hotness makes it not really good.
Okay, we'll let them cool down a little bit, okay? Jackson ate his, so at least one of my children is enjoying it. I'm here with my bacon. The bacon is delicious. And the little muffins are pretty tasty too. All right, so Jackson's watching Blippi. So I'm gonna try to move on to like the little energy bites, the peanut butter energy bites that are from Sarah Therese. So I got her newsletter one time and she had this recipe and it was so good. I told you guys one time that after having those, like they're almost like a Reese's cup. Like you don't need like the terribleness of a Reese's cup when you have these. So let me show you guys what you need to make them. By the way, this is my makeshift tripod back there in the background. So I know that everything here looks like a mess, but you need some peanut butter. These are chia seeds, maple syrup, some chocolate chips because you're gonna melt them and then like coat the energy bites in them, and then salt, vanilla extract, some old-fashioned oats, and almond flour. So I've used only almond flour. I don't know if you could use other flour. I'm sure you could. Almond flour is very expensive. Like this at Publix was a fortune, but there's other things that I make with almond flour too, like some cookies that I like to make. So I just bought it to have it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that you need is a cup of peanut butter. And since I don't wanna like get like the peanut butter all stuck in here, I'm using my scale so that I can just measure out how much peanut butter I need it to have. So that's 250 grams of peanut butter, or a cup of peanut butter. Stir this up so that it's not all of like the liquid. 250 grams of peanut butter. All right, so about 3/4 of that. Half a tablespoon of chia seeds. Can you guys even see that? I know that this isn't the best angle, but bear with me. So it's just peanut butter, chia seeds. And we're gonna mix that up. I think the recipe also says that you can add hemp seeds. I'm sure you can add pretty much just about anything you want, but this is what I'm gonna add. All right, then we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I put way more than that, so I'm very sorry. And then 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. So I'm sure you could put more if you wanted it to be a little bit sweeter, but 2 tablespoons of that. Now we're gonna mix that all up together, and then we can add the dry ingredients. So this is saying 2 tablespoons of the oats. I'm not gonna be exact because I don't wanna like dip this spoon in there, but just 2 tablespoons of any of these oats. That. And then we want 3 tablespoons of almond flour. 2, 3. And then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All right, so I'm mixing all of this up. You can add chocolate chips right in here. You can also add like nuts. You can add pretty much, like I keep saying, like throw in anything that you want. Like she says to throw in like cacao nibs, nuts, chocolate chips. I'm not gonna add anything. I'm just gonna leave it like this, and then the chocolate's gonna be like what I coated in. Okay, so then the next step, you just need like a sheet, a baking sheet with parchment paper, and you've got the mixture, and then you just start forming them into whatever size like bites you want, like energy bites. So if you want like bigger, you want bigger balls, make them bigger. This is more or less the size that I try to put them into. And then I'm just gonna put them on a sheet. And then once you're done forming like the little bites, we'll call them bites instead of balls, then you've got to put them in the fridge for a little while. So she says at least 2.5 hours, so that they can get a little bit harder, because then you also want to be able to have them hard enough that you can coat them in the chocolate. Now, mind you, you don't need to put chocolate on them. Like you could literally stick these in the fridge for a little bit, let them get hard, and then put them in a Ziploc and eat them like that. But I like them with the chocolate. They are gonna be very chewy, so like I don't like to give these to the kids unless I cut them up into like tiny little microscopic pieces, because they are kind of chewy and it's peanut butter and I'm scared that they're gonna like choke on them. But for me, this is like a perfect little snack, or like after I have my lunch and I just need like something a little bit sweet. This is awesome. And you saw everything that went in here. Everything that went in here is very healthy. There's not like a bunch of sugar or anything, so this is a good alternative if you're looking for something sweet. And it's very easy to make. Like again, all this stuff that I show you, it takes longer because like I'm either doing it with the kids or I'm filming it, but this on your own, like just following the recipe, will take you like 5 minutes to put together. And then the longest thing is just waiting for the bites to harden in the fridge. So I'm gonna put these in the fridge as soon as I'm done, and then I've got to clean up before Mimi kills me, and then we'll see what else we make today. I have to send Joe to the store actually so that he can get the stuff that I need to make that like hamburger macaroni thing that I showed you earlier from the book. I need some shredded cheddar cheese and some elbow macaroni. So hopefully later tonight I can show you how I do that. But for now, we've got these. We'll put them in the fridge and then I'll show you when I go to coat them. Okay, so I'm still waiting for the bites to harden in the fridge. But in the meantime, I'm gonna make something that I've never made before, but I mean, it should be like the easiest thing in the world. So we had this loaf of bread that my mom said was stale, but instead of just throwing it away, I'm gonna try to make croutons from it. So from my understanding, you just have to like dice it up and then put olive oil and then like some seasonings. So we're gonna do that and see if they come out any good. All right, we're adding a 1/4 cup of olive oil.
I'm sorry, am I too loud?
Yes, you're too loud. Joseph, this is not it. We're adding 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. And if you hear children and people, it's because everybody's over here in the kitchen.
Do you need a banana?
I don't need a banana, thank you. All right, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and then we're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Now we're gonna stir them all. I'm gonna make sure that they're as evenly coated as they possibly can be. And then I'll put them on a baking sheet, put them in the oven, and then see if we can toast them up a bit. But you see, like that, you don't have to throw away bread if it's stale. And this bread wasn't even like that stale. But if you have like leftover bread from an occasion or something, just make some croutons. I've got parchment paper. I'm gonna spread this all out, kind of make sure that they're even. It should probably be like on 1 layer, but I made too many, so we're just gonna go with it. So we're baking them on 375. The lady said it usually takes, the recipe that I'm following says between 15 and 20 minutes, and you can flip them halfway. So I'm gonna put them in for 10 minutes and then flip them, toss them, and then put them in for like another 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, so they have been in here for 10 minutes. They are looking a little bit brown. So I'm just gonna kind of check them out. See, this side is like hard, but this side could use a little bit. So we're gonna flip them, just toss them, and then maybe like 5 minutes max on the other side. If not, they're gonna burn. Okay, so this is what the croutons look like. They came out delicious. They're super tasty. If you want them even crispier, leave them in longer, but just watch them, because somewhere between like 15 and 20 minutes, I think if you leave it longer than that, it'll be burnt. But we'll add this to a salad tonight, and like that, it doesn't go to waste. Okay, so these have been in here. Oh, and they're all gonna fall. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take these out of the fridge. This was not good to do with one hand. They're all gonna fall. And we're gonna coat them in the chocolate now. Okay, so with her recipe, she says to use dark chocolate chips. I just have semi-sweet, so that's what I'm gonna use. And again, these have been in the fridge for maybe like an hour and a half. I'm not sure exactly that they've been 2.5 hours. I could leave them in there a lot longer, but I have no patience for that. So we're gonna do it now. I'm sure that they'll be fine. So I'm gonna take 1/3 of a cup of chocolate chips, and if I need more, I can always add more. And I'm gonna put them in a bowl, and then we're gonna melt them in the microwave. I'm gonna do 20 seconds, stir, and then another 20 seconds if I need to, but 20-second increments in the microwave. So we'll do 20 seconds and then see how many times it takes till it's melted. All right, so you see after 20 seconds, it's still not ready, so we'll put it in again. After another 20 seconds, it's starting to get there, but it still needs some more time. Now I can stir it, and it's getting all soft and chocolatey. I'm scared to put it back in there because I'm scared that it'll get like hard. So I think I'm just gonna dip them like this. So now I'll just go taking each of these and I'm just gonna put it like on the top. I'm just gonna add it. I mean, you could add it to the whole thing, but I'm just gonna add it a little bit to the top like that. And then we're gonna put it back on the parchment paper because then we'll put this back in the fridge so that it'll harden. Mimi, look. You look interested. Mimi's over here like, what are you doing?
You're only supposed to half coat them?
I mean, you could do all coat, but you could do it like this. Of course, it's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but I'm just like twisting it and then putting it right back on the baking sheet. Mine are not going to be perfect. They don't have to be, but just so that there's a little bit of chocolate on there. And just keep going till I've got all of them done. You can add sprinkles, you can decorate them, but these are super tasty. There we go. They're all coated. I'm gonna put these back in the fridge. Don't fall over, please. And then they'll be a little bit more hardened. All right, so it's a little bit later. These had a chance to harden in the fridge. Did you like yours, Mimi? Mm-hmm. I think they're very tasty. So anyway, Joe and Riley are at the store now. They went to go get the couple things that I needed for dinner. So once they get back, then we can start working on it. I'll show you how to make that. Okay guys, so it's a little later. We're gonna start working on dinner. Like I told you, we're gonna work on this recipe from that book that I showed you earlier. So mac and cheeseburger, it's kind of like a, what do they call those things? It's kind of like hamburger helper, but like a little bit healthier, like made from scratch. So let me get all the ingredients out that we need. But first of all, what we've got to do is we've got to have some water boiling because we're gonna cook the macaroni, and then I have another pan where I'm gonna cook the ground beef. So let me get everything else that we need and then I'll show you everything all together. Okay, so this is everything that you're gonna need for this. So I've got the ButcherBox ground beef. This is a pound of ground beef, and I'm gonna tell you like everything that we need, but I'm gonna double this recipe, you guys, because I'm gonna make it for like a lot of us. So I'm gonna double it. So when I give you the like measurements and stuff, the measurements is for one, like if you were making it regular, okay? So for example, the normal recipe calls for half a pound of ground beef. I'm gonna use a pound. So I'm doubling everything, but when you see stuff on the screen, it'll be for just the normal portion, you know, serves 4 to 6 of this. So we've got the ground beef, nutmeg, mustard, breadcrumbs, milk, paprika, flour. You have some of the elbow pasta, some butter, and a whole lot of sharp cheddar cheese. So let's get to work. Okay, so I'm gonna take the whole packet of ground beef. Like I said, the regular recipe would call for just half a pound, so you would only have to use like half of this. If you want more meat, then by all means, you can cook all of it. But I'm gonna go ahead and just cook that up, because then we're gonna add this to the macaroni. So we're just gonna go moving this around and cooking it so it's cooked throughout. This ground beef, by the way, from ButcherBox, I use a lot to make just like tacos. So if you're taco kind of people, you can make tacos, or you can form them into like regular hamburgers. But I will tell you that the ButcherBox hamburgers that they sell, like the hamburger patties, are delicious. We made them the other day. My dad made them on the grill, and they were super juicy. They're really good. So if you ever have to like pick something, if you ever do a custom box, make sure that you order the burgers if you like burgers. Hey Riley, what are we making?
Mac and cheese pie.
And who eats this macaroni? Who is that?
Gus from Cinderella.
Does Gus like to eat cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And like comes down and puts there.
You want to go sit on the other counter?
Yeah.
Okay, so the ground beef is already cooked, just waiting here. I've been patiently and like brutally watching this water boil. So I think it's finally getting there, but I don't have time. So whatever, if it's boiled or not, we're gonna start with the macaroni. I've got to cook just regular elbow pasta like I would according to the package or whatever. Put a little bit of salt in it. Normally you would use one of these boxes. Like I said, I'm gonna double it, so I'm gonna do 2 boxes because we're feeding like a lot of people over here. Will it be too much? I don't know, we will see. But I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this and start boiling it. 1 box, 2 boxes. I never know what is the appropriate amount of salt to put in my pasta. If anybody has any suggestions, recommendations, let me know. I never know if it's enough. All right, so I'm gonna take the cooked pasta, I'm gonna strain it and hopefully not burn myself, since you guys know that I have a tendency of doing that. This is a lot of pasta. I don't know if I should have doubled the recipe, but like I said, we'll find out. Otherwise, just go with the 1 box, but it's a lot of noodles. So we've got all the noodles, and now I'm gonna make the sauce, because then we're gonna combine this with the ground beef, and then put the sauce, and then put it in the oven. So the oven has been preheated to 350 all this time, so it's ready to go. I just need to make the sauce. So to make the sauce, normally you would take 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna do 8 since I'm doubling it. So there you go. Then I'm just gonna let this melt here. Okay, so then it's normally 3 tablespoons of flour, but I'm gonna do 6. I'm just gonna stir that into the butter. That's 1, 2, 3, 6. I have never made a sauce like this, so I have no idea if this is how it's supposed to look like, but that's what the instructions say. I'm gonna go with it. It's like a little bit lumpy, so I'm trying to take out the lumps. Then we start adding the rest. So we're gonna add some milk. So normally it's 2.5 cups of milk, but I'm gonna do 5 cups of milk. So a lot of milk over here. It's 4, and then I need to do another 1. That's about it. Make sure that whatever pan you're using, that it's kind of deep, because otherwise it's gonna go all over the place. So then you've got 1 tablespoon of mustard. I'm supposed to do 2, but I don't even know if I have 2, so I'm gonna do as much as I can out of here. Okay, then it says to add a dash of nutmeg. So I don't know what a dash is, but maybe that's enough. And then we're gonna whisk it together until it all combines. So once that's combined, then you need 4 cups of cheese. I'm using 8 cups of cheese, so I've got like this ginormous bag of cheese. I didn't even realize that they sell like this giant bag of cheese. So we're gonna stir this in there. The sauce is gonna thicken. We'll keep mixing it, and then that's gonna be the cheese sauce that you put on top of the macaroni in the casserole dish. You're gonna put the macaroni, the ground beef, and then put this on top. So as soon as this sauce thickens, then I'll go showing you how we assemble it on. And then on top you put like breadcrumbs and like a little mixture. So we'll do that in a second. Okay, so we have our sauce. I ended up using just like a little bit less than the 8 cups because it's just like already too much. So I'm gonna put everything in the casserole dish. You can go tasting it as you go to see if it's like cheesy enough. But again, this is the first time I make it, so I'm not sure how it's gonna taste. So we will see. But anyway, we have like our casserole pan. I sprayed it with like a pan. And now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the noodles, I'm gonna take the pasta, pour that in there. It might already be like all stuck together. Yeah, that was a fail on my part. So now I'm gonna have to get this out. Put all the noodles on here. Okay, so we have our noodles. Now I'm gonna take the ground beef that we cooked, and maybe I could add more. I have more that I cooked because I cooked all 2 pounds, but we're gonna put this all in here. We're gonna mix it up. And then it just says to take a ladle and just pour the cheese mixture right on top of the casserole. I need to get this pan closer, it's gonna make a mess. But just pour this all over. So I don't know how much of this I'm gonna use. I mean, technically I guess I should use all of it, but just go pouring the cheese right on top. Okay, so it's covered in sauce, but I still have a bunch of sauce left. So I'm gonna mix this together so that it gets like all over the place and like coats all the noodles to see if then I need more cheese. Okay, so I personally think that that's enough cheese. So we're gonna keep it at that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make the topping, the little breadcrumb topping. I'm sure you could just add breadcrumbs. This recipe calls for like butter, so I actually need 4 tablespoons of butter. Normally it's 2 tablespoons. See right there, 2 tablespoons of butter melted. And then you add 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. So for me it would be like a whole cup. And then some paprika, and then we sprinkle it on top. So then we'll mix this all together. It kind of gets a little bit, like a little bit chunkier. I don't know if that's the right word, but like the butter sticks onto the breadcrumbs. And then we'll pour this on top. All right, we're just gonna go adding this on top. Okay, and now this is gonna go in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. And then it'll be ready to eat. Okay, so this is done. So this is what we're gonna have for dinner. I did like 22-ish minutes on 350, so hopefully it is good. And then we're gonna serve it with like a little balsamic tomato situation. I get these little bruschetta like little breads from Publix. They're actually in the garbage. Let me show you which ones they are. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, but they have them at Publix. So that's what those are. And then this is just tomato with salt and pepper, a little bit of minced garlic, and then we'll put the glaze on it, the balsamic glaze, and then I have a Caesar salad. And then in the Caesar salad, I also put a few of the croutons that we made earlier, since these little packets never have like enough croutons. So threw those in. That is gonna be our dinner. All right guys, so I had to come upstairs because everybody's crying downstairs. My kids are sleeping in their room, so I needed to find a place to end the vlog. But I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching today. In terms of dinner, I will say I probably should have put a little bit more of like that cheese mixture in there. I think it would have made it a little bit tastier, but it was good. Everybody liked it. Just something easy that you can throw together. We have leftovers now that we can reheat tomorrow for lunch, so we're definitely going to do that. So yes, that was dinner. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and just kind of seeing me in the kitchen a little bit and putting together some of these things. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. You guys know that I've been enjoying very much so like trying new things, experimenting in the kitchen. Obviously it's a little harder when you're not in your own kitchen, like with your own things, so I'm doing the best that I can here at Mimi's house. But I've been able to make them quite a few things that I make at home, and I still have a couple things that I want to make them while we're here. Like I need to make my sourdough pretzels again. Tomorrow I'm gonna try out sourdough Pop-Tarts, so I'm excited for that. But anyway, my point is, if you like food related videos, if you want to see more of that, let me know down below. If there's anything in particular food related you want to see, let me know what it is so I can work on that for you guys. And then of course, thank you to ButcherBox again for sponsoring today's video. The ground beef that was in that dish for dinner was delicious, like it always is. So thank you to them. Again, the offer is going to be down below in the description box, so you can click that link. You get the 2 pounds of ground beef for life if you become a member. You will not be disappointed. We love ButcherBox over here, so let me know if you guys try it, but I'm pretty sure that you guys are going to love it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love your freaking faces. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.